Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the premiere episode. As some might call it, the start of a future legacy for us at Reality Wagon, because this is the first time that I and you, maybe not you, I don't know, we'll figure out your experience with The Bachelor. But I just spoiled it. There we go. We're watching The Bachelor, or Bachelorette.
There you
Sorry,
go.
wrong series. As you can tell, I'm very invested in this series already. I seeing as we're getting towards the end of Big Brother All Stars, thank Christ, because I don't have very much Big Brother tolerance left in me. I think it's time we just rip into a brand new series. I never like to leave a relationship without having another thing to jump off to.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bad guy.
Yeah, you tend to leave things to figure themselves out.
Yeah,
yes.
I do. I don't like to make decisions. I like to let them be made around me. But this is one time where I think in the same sort of vein, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing closes, but we're not going to be without content for long because we're just going right from Big Brother, just transitioning straight into The Bachelorette. What is your experience with The Bachelor / Bachelorette?
Almost none.
Yeah.
I've had a girlfriend that tried to get me into it, and I was like, I'm good. And that was during The Bachelor. That wasn't even The Bachelorette. I just never really sat down and watched. It was too cringe, drama-filled for me. I'm kind of getting more used to that in the fact that we're watching, Big Brother and a couple of reality TV shows. Still don't really. It's always been like how we were talking about, like a weird concept to me, where like as we saw today, all of the dudes were they've never really met this girl and they're super hyped and they're like, I'm gonna marry this girl. It's like, what?
Yeah,
talking
when they
about?
sit there and they're like, "Oh yeah, I love this girl. This is my future wife." Like, yeah, I don't.
Like if anyone came
that
up
makes
to
me
me and
very,
said that,
very uncomfortable.
yeah, it's like no one wants to hear that.
No, and this crazy girl wants to hear that. They
Mm-mm.
all that no, she does want to hear it.
I mean,
She does.
she might. I don't know.
She does. She wants to know these dudes want to marry her. She was like, as soon as she met one of the dudes tonight, she's like, this is my future husband.
She wants that dude to want to marry
But
her.
she wants if he walked in, if all these dudes were expected to like walk in and be like, yeah, no, I'm kind of just feeling things out. I'm just trying to figure out if we have a genuine connection, and she wouldn't like that.
No,
She
she's
wants
39.
she wants all these dudes to come in and be like, I'm ready to go. I'll marry you tomorrow. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
because if that's what she wants, then if she wants all the options on the table.
Mm-hmm.
If she wants 31 options on the table, and then she gets to pick her pick of the litter, rather than like, oh, does he like me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. I just think it's just a weird concept to see it.
Very weird concept. I've never this is my first time giving it a shot, right? Because I give shows new shots all the time. I did that recently with The Challenge, which is a great show. We'll watch when that comes on. They're actually filming it right now.
Never seen it.
It's really good. It's like a athletic like competition game usually most of the time.
Okay.
But just between like a whole bunch of former reality stars, or they're still current reality stars because they're on The Challenge now and stuff like that. But like a whole bunch of Big Brother people have been on it. A whole bunch of a couple of Survivor people have been on it. A lot of people from like Real World from like a long time ago.
Yeah.
So like Johnny Bananas and them and stuff like that. And like CT, like people like old school like reality TV veterans. So I recently was watching that. That's a very good show. I like that a lot. But this show, we're gonna give it a shot because I know so many people in my life that love it. Ironically, unironically, whatever the case may be. So I think it's only fair as your local reality TV guides that we go ahead and give it the good old college try. What do you think?
I agree. I'm looking forward to it. I love that it's only once a week for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
That's so good.
It's so much better than Big Brother's
No,
3 days a week.
Big Brother is such a fucking commitment. It's like 3 days it's 3 days a week. They couldn't consolidate that down to 2-hour-and-a-half episodes or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's such an easier schedule to maintain, considering we're both just actually going to be working full time. I'm about to start, so
Yeah,
we're both working full time. Our schedule's tougher, so it makes it way easier.
Infinitely easier. But yeah. So I mean, what did you think of the first episode?
It was it was as I expected. In
Okay,
all
what did you
honesty,
expect then?
thank you. I'm about to get into that. So I was expecting a woman to be introduced to a lot of dudes, and to some of them to be really cringy, some of them to be like okay attempts at first impressions. And we saw the introductions together, and we were live, basically reacting to it with each other. Um, and there was drama, obviously, that ensued on the first night. I mean, it was just because I always saw the trailers or like next episode, see Brad and Chad go. You're like, what the heck is going on? Like, and then they do that the entire time, but then it just be like, hey, I saw you, like Tyler, she was talking, I just want to let you know, I know you texted some girl in West Virginia that I know. It's like, who the fuck is texting some girl in West
I
Virginia?
know you texted Clarissa
Yeah,
while you were in quarantine. Yosef's like, I did not.
I did not.
I have a daughter.
Actually, technically, he didn't even deny
He
it.
didn't deny it. We'll get into that. Actually, let's talk about that a little bit now. I mean, actually, no, it doesn't even make sense in the whole. We're trying to figure out actually how to like vibe through, I guess, this whole episode.
Well, we'll discuss it later after our introductions.
But yeah, I don't know. The show was all right. The opener was okay. It was very corny, and part of the time I was just sitting there cringing the whole time. I don't know how like they all want to do something impressionable. Like that's why they do
Yeah.
all the corny stuff and come in with like a parachute or like in a big inflatable ball or with a fucking straitjacket on.
I love that dude. He's still got a rose.
He got a rose. I don't know where she put it. She might have just tucked it into his mouth.
Yeah, I hope so.
But like I don't understand. I wouldn't know where to draw the line between like being overly like corny and shit just to be memorable, or like trying to establish something genuine if I was meeting her for the first time. Because like you don't want to get lost in the like oh, you want your first impression to be memorable, almost for better or worse. Like it doesn't really matter. You kind of just want her to be like, oh hey, suit of armor guy. Yeah, come down here and get a rose. I remember you kind of, especially like when like a whole bunch of the dudes just like didn't get a chance to talk to her at the end of the episode, or like during the episode, like one-on-one. So like if you don't get a chance to talk to her, she's not going to pick you most likely.
So you have that first impression counts so much.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. So like fucking go all out. It's like the girl who dressed up as like a fucking sloth last year or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think did she
It was
end up
like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't even remember.
I didn't watch.
It's
So
one of the old bachelors.
yeah. There's also parts where there's one clip I remember from, I think it was The Bachelor, where the guy was an astronomer and she goes, "Oh, I'm a like Capricorn or whatever," and the dude's like, yeah, and then like was like, I'm not picking that woman because she was like messing up astrology with astronomy.
Yeah.
Like, all right, and I think actually one of the favorite ones I saw. I gotta look up his name because there's 31 dudes and they're all kind of the same to me. The guy who kissed her on the cheek, Brandon, she was like, you're the only guy out of everyone that's kissed me on the cheek, and he's sticking around. And I'm not sure if he got a chance to talk with her or not, but I think the simplicity like route is also kind of good as long as you do something that's slightly memorable, that is like a little bit pushing boundaries. So like a kiss on the cheek isn't pushing boundaries, but it's like not something everyone's comfortable with. Or like the dude that picked her up might have been Dale or might have been the football wide receiver. Where it's like you do something with a physical affection to it, which makes you, but not like overly touching your boundaries. So I think those elements to it were really interesting to see, where she's like, she might not have had one-on-one, but she had that physical aspect with it, where she's like, oh yeah, he seems like a nice guy. He showed me affection. I'll keep him around.
Well, I think a lot of it comes down to that. Like you can make a simple but impactful first impression, I think. But
yeah.
I mean, it does really all come down to like, at least in that genuine first impression, first glance, it's all like look.
Yeah, it's definitely look. It's also a matter of luck. I'm sure after like the 27th guy, she's like, okay, like.
Well, yeah, she gets tired, but also like you don't want to. I think you want to go later if you can, because if you go at the first, then you're forgotten. It's the same. It's the thing if like you're in a competition, then you kind of want to go at the end, but you got to make sure that you're good at the end.
Yeah,
because otherwise you'll get completely like tossed aside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Like, if you're good, you should go at the end. If you're like great, you can probably stick it out at the beginning. But yeah, it was just interesting watching, I guess, all of that breakdown, and I was getting exhausted trying to go through all the dudes. We were introduced to 31 dudes, and they're all the same to me. There's 2 Blake M's, so they go by their full last name.
Yes.
Why couldn't you just save one for the next season? If you liked them, right?
Is that how that works?
What do you mean? Is that how that works?
For the next season of Bachelorette, hey, just stay single for like a year, another year and a
They
half.
do that all the time. These dudes have been in an ABC casting pipeline for years. A lot
I'm
of them.
sure, but a lot of them aren't going to be like, all right, listen, I'm like 38. I don't want to be single for another year and a half. I think that's just a weird thing to say, like, hey, just wait your turn.
But it is wait your turn. So much of it is wait your turn.
I think it's weird to say that because of their last name. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I think it's just weird that then don't cast one of them. End up with a normal number, 31. How do you end up with 31?
Well, technically, they had 42 that were participating, and then they weaned it down to 31 after like all the COVID testing and like people dropping out.
So 11 people got COVID,
or dropped out because it was like we were talking about. They said numerous times it was like 4 months of quarantine to be on the show.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, all right, listen. And one of them was like, I haven't seen my daughter for the time. Like, you haven't seen your daughter?
Go home,
for
feed
4
your
months?
kid. She's hungry.
Like, she wants daddy. Like, come on.
Let her outside or something.
Yeah.
She's starving.
I think that was Yosef.
Yeah, he's like, I haven't seen my daughter in forever. That's why I just DM girls on Instagram on the side.
Mhm.
What's up, bitches?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, they were doing the whole talking about like the quarantine, like constant hype. They were like all these dudes made sacrifices. They all made so many sacrifices, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, you want to know sacrifice? It's working my fucking job every day.
Yeah.
That's sacrifice. Sacrifice is being stuck inside as a 23-year-old when all I want to do is just go out and do stuff for as long as we've been stuck inside and doing whatever. Then I go ahead and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm being a little selfish because some of these people have like children.
Yeah, and I do like money. So
Yeah,
I sacrifice time for money as long as it's efficient.
yeah.
But no, I get what you're saying.
It's just like I don't want to hear like you're a really attractive dude, like a model on TV, and you're like, oh God, so many sacrifices. Is it worth it? I don't know, dude. You tell me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so funny. And then I see people like Joe who are anesthesiologists. I'm like, you're kind of
Important.
to
Pretty
people.
pretty essential.
Like, and in New York, I'm
Right.
like, okay.
Like, shouldn't you be somewhere else, like doing something important? But listen, go get your bag, bro.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Go get your wife.
go with your future wife.
Because let's not forget that the trophy in this game is a wife.
Which is,
That's the weird part.
yeah.
This show doesn't have any financial incentive or anything. There's no like, you don't get to like pick. It's not like you get to the end and you're like, choose between the money or get the girl.
I would love that.
That's Love Island.
I know. I would love that. But that's only like, what, 50 grand? What if they were like, all right, 250 grand?
Yeah.
Like, what if they just up the stakes? Like 500 grand. Like, you get to drop out now. You never have to see this woman.
I always thought there was an interesting concept for a show there, and I've actually like written it out. It's on my phone, I think, because I just had like a brain blast like a couple months ago.
You're Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, I just had a brain blast. And what I was thinking was that you could have a game show that's sort of like a Bachelor type thing, but also it involves like an element of like a let's make a deal type. So basically, like if you can be, it's basically like whatever, like 25 dudes and one girl, same sort of deal or whatever.
Yeah.
And all the dudes have an opportunity to win like $250,000 or get the hand in marriage.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But in order to like stay, you have to keep like lowering your bid.
Lowering your bid.
So basically, like if you and I were competing,
Mm-hmm.
and like there's a girl right there, and she's like, Anthony, do you love me? I'm like, sure, Janice, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, do you love me to take $125,000 out of your own pot? I'd be like, oh God, I don't know, Janice. But like you have to keep like lowering your money thing to get to the end to like stay in and like sort of like prove yourself, like
Okay.
compete for your love and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, I can tell.
I hadn't thought about it in a long time until I was like, damn, like I guess that'd be a decent idea for a show, but I guess I gotta work it out. I gotta get together I gotta get a package put together. That way
You
I
got
can
to get
pitch it to
together the
networks.
CBS. Yeah.
That way I can pitch it to the networks. Be like, hey, I host this podcast, right? But I had this idea for this game show. Don't kick me out. I'm so cold.
That's how that works.
Just let me sleep in the lobby, man. I'll be all right. All right. So, what do we think of Claire
So
as a bachelorette?
As a bachelorette, I kind of think, going in with no perspective of any other of the 15 bachelorettes that have happened.
Yep. I have no idea who she is.
I have no idea who she is. Her past, she was on like 3 different bachelors. I've never known. So I think she is going to be a good bachelorette for the show. As a person, I like whenever the fight was going on, she's like, we're going to sit your 2 boys down and you guys going to have a discussion. Because I have other people talk to. I love that maturity. I also sense that, especially in the trailers or highlights we see that are going to be going forward, there's a lot of drama that will build up. So,
as there always is in
yes,
The Bachelor.
But it seems like sometimes, at least in the clips I've seen, it's not entirely on the Bachelorette faults or the Bachelor's fault. Like, I think she's going to be a good mix between, like, she's mature sometimes, but she's also like a wild card, like Charlie in Always Sunny, like wild card motherfucker. Like, she's just going to pull out of nowhere and be like, all right, like, time to go at this.
She certainly seems like a silly goose at times.
Yeah, she's a hairstylist. So
she's
a wild side.
Is she a hairstylist?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was her. I didn't know that was her job. It's not that funny, but I was just like, I hadn't known that was her profession. I think she's hot. Hot for a 39-year-old for sure.
No, I agree. I definitely find her physically attractive.
Yep. That dress tonight, hachi machi.
Mm-hmm.
Auga.
Yeah, is that how you feel?
Yeah.
I don't personally like dresses that drag, but she was working it.
Drag? Well, on the floor?
Like on the floor.
I didn't know it was dragging.
Extra fabric.
My eyes didn't make it that far down.
It's like when you're dancing, you actually trip them, and you're like, why not put clothing on the floor? It's dirty down there.
But I don't know. I think she's okay. She seems a little. It's my thing, right? Yeah, this might come off the wrong way. I don't really care that much. 39 years old. You've been on the show like 3 times. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
you're clearly very attractive. You seem somewhat down to earth. What's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. What's your baggage? What's your baggage? What are you bringing to the table? Mm-hmm. Listen, I love crazy. Mm-hmm. It's right up my alley. So if that's what it is, dog, Claire, I'm here for it. All right. Mm-hmm. I know you've got 31 dudes in the house that you're really trying to like nail down on, but like
23 now.
If none of those guys work out for you, listen, hit my line at Reality Wagon on Twitter and on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You can see these videos. It'll probably go up on YouTube at some point. See what I look like with a mic in my hand. See what it's like when I just come correct, just spitting hot fire into the mic.
Yeah. That's how you really feel.
Claire is a fine bachelorette. I have nothing to gauge her against. I remember Hannah. So I kind of watched like the Hannah season, like the Hannah B. I don't remember.
You're looking at me. I have no idea.
Oh God, she was the little ass bachelorette. She was wicked hot. She's from like Alabama or something like that.
Ooh, right up my alley.
Just from the South.
I like Southern accents. I grew up
okay,
there.
All right. I was like, I guess you can cast a really wide net, like right up my alley, Georgia. And I was like,
oh yeah, the Bible Belt.
Sure, yeah. It's sort of closer to Texas than Massachusetts.
Hannah Brown.
But yeah, Hannah's.
She was Miss Bama 2018.
Yeah, she's hot. Not crazy, pretty sane. Just left a lot of dudes like do a lot of whatever fucking shit they want to do. Luke P was in that season. Luke P was a weirdo who actually just got like court ordered to like pay ABC like $100,000. Like that was like in the news today. So like, Luke. Just keep taking L's, my dog.
She also won Dancing with the Stars season 28. Just throwing that out there.
Wow. I did not know that. I knew that she was on it. I didn't know that she won it. I don't watch Dancing with the Stars. That's one show that I'll probably never get into.
It's one one show. I don't watch any of those like competitions like Dancing with the Stars, The Voice, X Factor.
You're watching a competition right now.
It's a competition, but it's not like dancing or like singing. Nothing where I can't personally do. Like I can talk to people. I can't sing or dance that well.
Okay, fair. Fair. Can we just talk about? And this is gonna sound jaded. And as soon as I wrote it, I was like, "This is gonna sound jaded and bitter." But I don't know, maybe that's my brand. Attractive dudes are really fucking corny.
Yeah.
They're like they're really
They can afford
corny.
to be.
I know, right? Super corny. And I think that was that's something I've like tracked for a while. But like I think like Noel Miller hit it on the head a lot. Like I think I saw like whatever live stream that he was doing a while back, and he pretty much just said straight up, he's just like, yo, like they're just like super corny. Like they just are. Like they didn't have to develop a personality. 6'4" fucking professional wide receiver.
Yeah.
Just I mean, he was actually cool. I think he actually
was a
has
pretty
I think
cool
he
dude.
has something that's Dale. But all the other ones like yeah, you can just sit there and just like cheese into the camera. That works.
Yeah, or be a Harvard grad that pulls up in a Rolls Royce.
Oh, yes, Bennett.
Mhm.
Bennett went to Harvard. He's a Harvard man. He drives a Rolls Royce. He's a
Yeah.
wealth management consultant in Midtown.
When you drop the H-bomb, people just, freak out.
The Harvard bomb.
Yeah, that was one of the lesser ones I would want to
Fucking
see the show.
douchebag. I hope they keep him though, because he's like such a villain. He was drinking like a martini with olives in it, like a fucking James Bond villain.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he wore a fucking scarf over his tuxedo walking in, Bennett, you beautiful, beautiful villain, and I cannot wait to see how this goes this season, because
so
he has to
excited.
turn into one. If he doesn't turn into one, then what? They're wasting him.
Yeah.
They have to like gaslight him into it. They have
Yeah.
to like stoke him and like convince him to be a villain. He's like, no, I'm just really here to get to know her. Like, sure, it's all whatever exterior, but I'm kind of a nice guy on the inside. And they just like slap him. Like, no.
Here's the thing: is he's gonna be so desperate. I feel like for something like that, because he worked. I mean, if you don't know, you're living in New York. He's a managing director of a big company. He's probably not really lived his 20s. He's probably been working most of his 20s.
Dude, I think he was blowing rails off his desk for his 20s. I think he had plenty of fun. He's also extremely rich. I think he did all right.
I'm saying he's fun and did rich, but like I meant like social interaction, like meaningful social interaction. It's limited for working 80 hours a week.
Yeah, I know. It is a lot.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like he's gonna have to play the villain personally, because I feel like I just think he has to. I think that has to be his game plan.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the angle you gotta play. You have to. Like, I don't think you're gonna win. I don't. He probably thinks he's gonna win. I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know with all these dudes, like their own delusions and stuff like that. Because like in Big Brother, right? You think everyone gets in there and everyone wants to win because the goal is pretty simple. It's just to win money at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But here, it's like the prize is the privilege of being able to marry somebody. So it's like it's not anything where it's not a prize that is palpable like that, and it's not a prize that really I'd want, Like, so if you go on the show, there's a whole bunch of people who go on the show, like usually, and I don't think they ever want to win. They kind of just want to build their brand.
Yeah, that's why I've got in for second or third place. That way you get followers.
You might be able to beat The Bachelor the next time or something like that.
Well, not even that. Like, I mean, building brand like that, but also like just be like.
Oh yeah.
Like
Get your Insta up.
Yeah, like getting anything else so I can sell diet pills.
Yeah, I want to be able to sell diarrhea medicine that comes in shake form.
Yeah,
on Instagram.
I want to be the next Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes, I want to sell vagina scented candles. I have a beautiful vagina, and I want to make candles that smell like it.
Mm-hmm.
I just have such a difficult time with this show for that same reason. Is that like this isn't a game that I'd want to win. It's not a game I'd want to win. It's not even a game I really want to compete in. I don't have a competitive. I'm very competitive, but I don't know if I have what it takes to compete against like 30 other dudes.
I
don't think I have that in me.
No, I mean, I think I would.
I give up very easy.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just like I don't want to be in a house with 22 other dudes.
Yeah, that are all just like we're the only thing we have in common is we're all horny for one girl. It's like, hey, what's up, bro? We otherwise wouldn't be friends or wouldn't be in the same house together, except for we both want to just pound her gash. The only thing we have in common.
That's what going back to what you said. Like, it's a weird prize. It's the fact that like
the prize is the privilege and the honor of being able to take her fair hand in marriage.
Yeah, it's such a weird
bizarre
concept.
to me. That is so strange to me still. That's why like there should be like a cash opt out where you get all the way to just like totally turn the drama up to 11. Just get to the end and it's just like, all right, Dale, you want to marry Claire, that's her name.
I think it'd be fun to have a buyout option in like the top 4.
It's
like
you
don't get who
can marry
pick.
Claire, and they just like pull the sheet off of a brand new Ferrari and be like, that's pretty nice too, huh?
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It goes 0 to 60 faster than Claire does.
I was like, she'll take you for a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All the dudes seem whatever though. Like the cast isn't even like that bad.
No.
Ben was the first one that we saw. I thought he was a little weird. He was like, "What, you ready to do this?" I was like, yeah, I'm ready to do this. You ready to do this? Let's do this. But like, what? I think you did you like Ben? He's the first one.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Like he's a Army Ranger vet. I mean, he said like, "Are you ready?" He kept saying, "Ready." And they
Ready?
said, "Let's
Ready?
take
Let's do
a
it."
deep breath together." And then he kept going, "Are you ready?" It's like, dude.
Yeah. Well, also him taking a deep
relax.
breath was hilarious because like usually when you like all right, we're gonna take a deep breath on the count of 3. Ready? Like 1, 2, 3. Like and you kind of do it with like maybe your eyes closed. You're not looking at someone in the eyes, like staring like daggers. Like, all right, let's take a deep breath. Huh? Like so funny. There's like, yeah, I want to see that what that diaphragm do, girl.
Yeah. So kind of forgettable. Next one was Riley.
Oh no, are we gonna run through all of them like that?
How do you want to do this? Because
So-
I don't want to run through all of them, but
No,
it sounded like you were like,
no.
one.
I have a few in here that were just memorable. Do you have the list up right in front of you right now?
Yeah. All right. You want to talk about these
Do you
guys?
have like scrolled up?
Yeah. I can.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just talked about
We
Bennett.
covered Bennett. Tyler C showed up in a
Station
wagon, which I didn't know they still made.
Yeah.
It had like wood paneled sides.
Yeah. It was an old station wagon. I mean, they didn't make it recently.
He's like, oh, I packed this shit up and I drove it from West Virginia where I was a lawyer. The West Virginia lawyer. You know who that is? You watched Survivor this year.
Yeah.
Nick.
Nick was a West Virginia lawyer.
He's a lawyer from, I think he might be from Kentucky, but
Yeah.
they're the same state.
What are you talking about?
They border each other.
They border each other. They're not the same state.
They have the same personality.
Mm-hmm.
You meet someone from Kentucky, you meet someone from West Virginia. They're pretty much the same thing.
If I meet someone from West Virginia, I'm like, what are you doing out of your state?
Yeah, sure.
Kentucky,
If you want to be xenophobic about it, yeah, sure.
It's like keep your opioids and obesity down there.
Oh my God. I'm sorry for
Kentucky are nice people.
They're all dude. Kentucky shares like 100 miles, over 100 miles of border with West Virginia. I promise you, they do.
I want to actually look up how much the distance.
Just pull up a map of West Virginia and Kentucky while I go ahead and just say that was the nicest, cleanest station wagon, cleanest old-looking station wagon I've ever seen. That thing was pristine. It was glistening like it hadn't been through the civil rights era.
I agree. I really liked it. I mean, they do border the top right.
Yeah, fucking lot though.
Yeah, but you're gonna say Kentucky and Tennessee are the same because they border more of each other?
I'm gonna say yes. There's more region for them to be the same.
No,
That's how that works.
No.
Yes, it is. All right. That is how it works. If Tennessee, if I'm in Tennessee and you're in Kentucky, right, and there's like 1,000 miles of border that touch each other, the area across that border is going to be very similar. You're not going to know where you go from Kentucky into Tennessee that much.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And you just said they're not going to be that similar. They're going to be wicked similar because they share a giant ass border.
I think they can be similar. I don't think they're going to be the same.
You just judged West Virginia so hard.
Oh, of course.
Opioids, obesity, coal miners, death.
I didn't say.
incest.
Actually, you just added like 4 different things that are
You
your
said
own
you said
views.
you said death, incest, terrorists.
I'm sorry that mine are actually based on facts.
What I'm saying is Kentucky is not much better.
Okay.
This isn't me standing up for Kentucky or even standing up for West Virginia. It's going like, hey, if we're gonna like cast this wide cesspool net, this wide armpit of American
the
net.
Appalachian is bad.
Correct. Bingo.
Okay, fair enough.
Bingo.
I mean, I'll subscribe to that.
Hit the nail on the head. The Appalachian area is not.
Didn't get cell service for hours.
Good, yeah, because the mountain people don't want you to. They
No.
tear down all the 5G towers.
All right. So that was Tyler C.
That was Tyler C. Good old country gentleman. You know, I'm just there because I respect women, and I do think that they should have the right to vote, but only with a man's permission. AJ is the gay dude. It's not anything. He like I think he is.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe he isn't.
No, I'm just saying. Okay.
Gonna get fucking cancel for that one. The no, it's not anything. It's like he was
more flamboyant, is what you're saying.
very, and then he was like, oh yeah, I haven't held a woman's hand, and like
He definitely wasn't helping his case.
no, and then he like squeezed her hand super hard, like he was used to not squeezing women's hands.
Exactly.
But also, I don't think I'm particularly used to squeezing women's hands either, though. How often are you squeezing their hands?
I mean, like holding hands. I thought he meant just like holding or like.
I don't know what
woman.
he did.
I think he went
he
like
this.
He
like displaced her knuckles.
Yeah,
she's like,
she's
ow.
like, ow.
She's like, there's a Rottweiler biting my pinky now.
Those are the type of impressions we don't want to make because he is out.
He's out now, and it's all because she's like, wow, he is high energy and does not know how to hold a woman's hand.
Can't have that.
Jay wore a straitjacket.
One of my favorites.
The straitjacket was hilarious because he didn't take it off the whole night. It's like I did someone have to help him go to the bathroom? Did he just hold it?
I don't know. I assume he was there like probably 3 hours.
Did someone else hold his penis?
I don't know. If I asked Dale, I was like, "Hey, man,
Dale, buddy, I need a favor. You've got kind eyes."
Oh no, probably AJ probably volunteered.
Yeah, I was gonna say. There we go. Now we're both stuck in the mud.
Mm-hmm. Damn straight.
That was a pretty weird one. She gave him a rose. We didn't see where he put it. I like to think that he just put it in his like held it in his teeth like a dog who just found like a blue jay outside.
No other way to do it.
Nope. Easy. That's right. Easy. EAZY. I think names with Z's are sick. I've often thought names with Z's are sick. I think Z is a fast letter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like if you add it to anything, that's like a fast person. Chaz. Charles is an extremely slow name, right? Like Charles isn't for fast people. There aren't fast Charleses. There are fast Chazes. Chazes are fast.
What if Charles ends in a Z?
Extremely fast. The fastest.
The fastest.
I have never met a Charles Charlez. I think I might make that my kid's middle name because my grandfather's my dad's name is Charles, but he spells it like with an S, which is super lame. It's my brother's middle name right now. Yeah. I'm gonna make it Z. I'm gonna make it faster. I'm gonna make it more extreme.
Okay. Great name.
Easy is an elite name. Mm-hmm. Absolutely elite name. And I think it's like a nickname. He's like, oh yeah, like they used to call me Easy and stuff like that. Like when I played like ball and stuff. And it's like, okay, that's cool. Stick with Easy. Just change your name to Easy. I don't care if it was Daryl. I don't care if it was Brian. You're not Brian anymore. You're not Brian with an I.
Yeah, give the old Zendaya treatment.
You're not Brian with a Y. You're not Brian with an E. You are Easy. You're Easy. Dale. So Dale, they gave just like Big Brother, right? So we watch Big Brother, and like the whole show is edited.
Yes.
The thing with Big Brother though is that we get to pierce the veil. We get to see behind the scenes and see how everything is kind of going behind everything. So like we can read through an edit. Yeah. Like we know what happens in the house. We know who wins the competitions before. We know the whole house politics. I don't care what CBS has to tell me because they're cutting a whole bunch of stuff out.
Yeah, we see the feeds
to make things look good, right? We only get one image of Dale. And Dale walks up. He's a good-looking dude.
Real good-looking.
Dale's got a glistening white smile.
Okay.
He's got a gorgeous smile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting flustered just talking about it.
I can tell you're about to start sweating.
Walks up. She tongue-tied. Absolutely tongue-tied.
She's swooning.
Flustered. Yeah. Just drenching the sidewalk. Dale goes up and like spits whatever game, but like not even game. He didn't have to. He didn't like have to like. I don't think he said anything that memorable. He's just like, I just can't wait to get to know you. And she's like, but how I'd love to meet you.
Her hands when he was saying like, look her in the eyes.
But they all do. They all walked up and held her hands.
No, but like he was like deeply like he wasn't grabbing too hard, too forceful. And then when he walked away, she's like hard.
She walked. Yeah. He walked away and she was like taking a peek at that ass. Yeah. Breaking her neck. Like, Dale's got it in the bag. Dale got the first rose this week.
Yeah, the first impression rose.
So, like, listen, dog. Dale, you do your thing. The way that the edit made it seem, though, is, ooh, this Dale guy. He's got a hidden side.
It's like, who hasn't? You're 30-something years old.
God, yeah, don't look in my search history if you don't want to know my hidden side.
Yeah, it's like even Justin Trudeau, who's like, well, like
we're not.
He's done terrible things in college.
We're not. We're not. Cool Justin Trudeau reference. I like it. I appreciate it. It is very funny. I am not equating any of these dudes to having done blackface until I see them in blackface.
No. I'm not accusing Dale of doing that. Obviously,
Dale can't do.
Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is, who like they're 30-something-year-old. You out of 30 years old, you're gonna do something where people are gonna look up and be like, "Hey, listen, you probably shouldn't have said water bottles from Ozarka are terrible." You know what I mean? Like it's just they're probably gonna say something stupid about his past. You know what I mean?
Water bottles from Ozarka?
Ozarka, like
What's
the
a-
water bottle company. What I'm saying is, it's
I don't-
something. What I'm saying is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you want me to slow it down or dumb it down? Just something that doesn't make any sense that shouldn't be like a problem. They're probably gonna make a problem. Like the whole
Yeah,
Texan
no.
thing with
Okay, right.
Yosef.
I know what you mean now. Where it's like they're gonna go ahead and blow little things up and be like, "What you texted a girl when you're it's like that was my grandmother. She's in the hospital with fucking COVID.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's who I was texting. So like that whole element is like the show is going to take very small things and blow them super far out of proportion to make whatever, and it a lot of times won't even have an impact on the show or anything like that. It'll just make for like good TV.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm all about good TV. I like reality TV because it is manufactured to be good quality TV with this. It has a slight element of realism. A slight element, but a lot of times like shows just take that out, and I think it's the part of that makes it like real, like that I really like about it is the fact that it does have an element of reality to it. It's in the name, but like these are real people most of the time doing real things most of the time for real prizes sometimes, like
or real prize wife.
Real prizes or long-term eternal commitments. I don't know.
And it was so weird. I feel like whenever she was bringing up Blake Moynes, one of the Blakes, he was told, she was like basically, "Oh, I know you went against the contract," and like he looked like he was sweating. Like you texted me, and she said it was a good thing. I'm so surprised that production like didn't cut that out or like save that for later in. Like if he stayed and he's like, we have like did the same thing with Dad. Like we have a secret of Blake Moynes. He might be evicted because he broke the rules halfway. You know what I mean? I'm surprised production didn't take that stance.
You know what? That's actually an excellent point, Andrew. That's a fabulous point.
Thank you.
Because that is something that they could have saved a lot later on and used it as a launch point for something else. But even something where like she reads her DMs, like she knows that these dudes are like DMing her.
Yeah, if they are, 100%.
And if they are, like she reads them, she's seen them. But they could come in like week 4, week 5, right as they're like looking at the cast list and they're like, "Hey, maybe we got to get rid of this Blake Moynes guy.
Yeah.
How do we do it?" And then be like, have him. They have the producers talk to her and be like, "Hey, did you know that he DM'd you while you were in the thing?" And she'll be like, "Oh, no, what?
Yeah.
He DM'd me? Isn't that against the rules?" And they're like, "Sure is against the rules." She's like, "What do we do?" And she's like, "I don't know. I think you're gonna have to make that decision for yourself, Claire."
Yeah. See, that would make.
I keep forgetting her name.
I saw you look over. You're like,
I keep forgetting. Because I see it out of the corner of my eye, and it looks like Carne.
Claire Crowley.
It's in my. It's spelled CLARE, and I'm starving, so I like looked. I keep looking, catching out of the corner of my eyes, and I keep seeing Carne, like wishful thinking. Yeah, very, very interesting that they chose to blow it early, but also like it led to like a sick makeout sesh.
It was a sick makeout sick,
and he was
session.
flustered.
Yeah,
oh my god, he was. Oof.
Yeah, first kiss of the session. She immediately goes of the season. Immediately goes, picks up the impression rose. The way they cut this obviously didn't happen.
Well, it's like I was live tweeting the episode, and Andrew was taking some notes. So like when we were sitting there, and I saw it like they make out, and I was like, hachi machi. I hate that I'm wearing my gray sweatpants now. I'm all hot and bothered just from being a voyeur. And then they I looked down, and I was like tweeting again and like going through it and stuff. And Andrew goes, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Oh, she's gonna give it to him like automatically." I was like, "That's weird. I don't think that's how they do that." And then like it cut to like a whole bunch of dudes sitting on the couch, and she gave it right to Dale.
Whoa, she did pull him separately to give it to her one-on-one, to give it to him one-on-one.
Yeah, of course. He got one separate. Yeah. It just wasn't the first impression.
I just thought it was no, that was the first impression one.
Did they're multiple first impression roses?
To Dale.
No, to Dale. Yeah, of course. Not to Blake.
No, the way it looked in the cut, which obviously didn't happen, but to me, like it took me a second to write. I'm like, what the heck? Like went from Blake Moynes like kissing. 30 seconds later, she's picking up the rose And then she's like, "Hey, Dale."
Yep.
and then goes and makes out with Dale. And I'm like, that was a fast
Just got
2
cucked
minutes.
so hard.
I'm like, Blake is over here like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't. Dale is obviously the favorite, but like the thing is that the show wants to paint him as the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Me thinks as a veteran of reality TV, right? I've never watched this show, but I know how all this works.
Yep.
Because I've been subjecting myself to this sort of torture for a long time. It's good pain. Good pain. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts so good. But I sit there and I go, they paint him that way because that's how they want you to see him. It's like a story. It's like anything. It's like a movie. If there's like someone who's like a protagonist, right?
Yeah.
If they already paint someone out as a clear protagonist, even though they're a real person, they have to have a flaw. So that flaw is about to come out. They already foreshadowed it in like the supercut from the rest of the season, the package for the rest of the season. So like there is a flaw. Let's see if it's good enough to break her heart. Is it going to ruin Claire? I got her name right. Is it going to ruin Claire? Is it going to be too much to handle? Is she going to be able to look past it and see through into his piercing spearmint green eyes?
Such a beautiful man.
Dude, he's fucking stunning.
Yeah.
Like 6'4". He's on a practice squad in the NFL.
Multiple, yeah.
Yeah.
Did a good time.
Sure did.
And I'm looking forward to seeing that. I mean, in the future, the way they paint it was like also Claire's gonna where they always have that where like the Bachelorette like runs off, but it's really just like 100 feet from that. You know what I mean?
Like, oh my God, you made Claire run away. Claire, come back.
Yeah, it's like in reality, she's just like,
it's like, I'm just going to the bathroom. I'm walking my dog.
Yeah, I gotta go to 7-Eleven real quick. I
like,
want some Reese's at 3 a.m. Like
exactly. It's like, leave me alone.
Yeah. So they always do that. I feel like in the cuts I've seen, and so I think it's going to be a really drama-filled session based on the dudes we have left. And I'm curious to see if anyone picks up and like tries to restart the whole Yosef thing because that was. Can we?
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to just for like the drama aspect of it at least. Can we just sit there for a second and
Absolutely.
say, what a stupid move by Tyler? I know he in his mind he's thinking this is the right move. She wants honesty. You know what people don't want? Honesty. Like. It's so dumb.
It might not actually be a stupid move though. So like when I was watching it, right, I sit there and I go, is this something that has worked for people in the past?
Probably.
It has. Yeah. I've literally only seen like a little bit of the Hannah season, like a very small amount of the Hannah season, and it was Luke P who did a whole bunch of that stuff. Yeah. Where he like went through and like undercut like other dudes and like lied about them and like talk shit and like to Hannah to like get them eliminated and like then he was like gaslighting her and being like emotionally manipulative and shit like that. It's worked in the past. I think it's a weird move, but it was a risky move, but it could have actually worked out in his favor.
I think it could have.
Then again, you see Yosef as a fucking threat?
No, but the thing
Take
is...
that shot at Dale, dude.
No, yeah, here's the thing is, I don't get like...
Dale, you are squeaky clean. I don't think there's anything against you.
Even if it is true, like, who cares? Here's the thing is, I didn't get the move because Tyler C. had a great conversation with the show, one-on-one, with her, and Yosef was having a conversation with her, and they both doing fine. So I think they both would have made it through if Tyler just didn't say anything.
Yeah, they both would have made it. I don't know why he decided to pick a fight so early, but
yeah, because it's like this. Here's the thing: is like if you just met someone, right, and someone goes, "Hey, you can't trust this dude because so and so happened," you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, like I can still keep around, but I know like you're a snitch. Like I'm not keeping around." But if you're like in week like 5, wherever there's 10 people left, and you've built up like a level of trust with someone, and then you're like, "Hey, actually, here's some information," it's gonna hurt her more in trusting that person. Because she's actually invested in that person.
Right.
If you say something with someone you're not invested in, no one cares. Like you're like, oh, I just get rid of that person, or I'll be more cautious now. But if they already invested, that'll look better for you because then they're like, oh, can I not actually trust this guy? He's been playing me the whole time, and she gets in her head. This is really also messed up strategy to gaslight and manipulate someone. I don't condone it, but I'm saying it is a strategy.
Is it messed up strategy? Is it though?
Yeah, 100%. In a game? No. In real life, don't do this.
This is a game.
Yes. No, so that's what I'm saying. In a game, yes. In real life,
this is where I get weird with this show is because it's it's a game show just as much as any other thing is a game show because you're all competing with a whole bunch of other dudes for a prize, which is that sweet poontang.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if, but there has to be elements of strategy and stuff like that, and like there's no alliances.
No,
we're all gonna get it together. As soon as we make it to the final four, then we'll start taking shots at each other.
I feel like there's definitely no times that where it's like, hey, there's guys make pact like, let's just be civil about this. It's a
lot of times.
You know, it's like that.
Yeah.
But then like they'll try and like backstab each other. So there is some like strategy and like stuff. But like I just don't see it as like I kind of am like I was hoping these dudes would be good. Like I don't know. There's just strategy where you can manipulate someone into loving you and into looking like a better person. But what you're trying to do is like they're also going to see this season after it's over.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, the good thing is though is that it's all edited, and it's all edited before the show after the show already ends too. So like they can create clear linear narrative storylines from the very beginning. Like this Dale dude could win the whole show, or he could be out in the final 4 or final 5 or whatever. We don't know. We won't know. That's another thing. It's like Big Brother's spoiled every week because they actually have the live streams in the house and stuff. Mm-hmm. We won't know. We'll be watching right along with you guys, and we're gonna find out things as they go. Very weird, very very weird though. I'm still a little torn on it. I'm gonna give this my best shot. This season, I think we're gonna give it the good old college try because I think that's what we owe to the show. It's what we owe to our listeners. It helps us diversify our platform a little bit. Helps us expand into new genres.
And it's only about 10, 11 episodes, so 10, 11 weeks.
It's 2 hours a week. Like, it's not a Big Brother commitment. It's not 3 days a week. We don't have to record two separate episodes. We'll record one a week for each one of these. It'll be fucking fine. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
Don't you worry about it. You're in good hands. You're to listen to a couple dudes who've never watched the show before telling you how it is about women, huh? They want to hear women advice from us. You know what I've always said?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, why don't you tell us?
What I've always said is that the best way, the thing that...
Yep. Yeah, no, please finish this thought. No comment in after this, by the way.
The thing that women want the most...
Mm-hmm.
And
yep.
They've always wanted it, you know, and I think it's just because they can't do it on their own.
Yeah.
Is they want a strong male opinion about women's issues.
That's exactly.
So when they sit there and they're like, "Oh God, like it's Claire, huh?"
Mm-hmm.
I can't finish this.
I know. I'm looking at you. You're struggling over it.
I can't finish it. But yeah, I've often said that a woman needs a strong man in their life to really tell them the right opinions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we are, a couple strong men to preach a show that is aimed at women primarily.
We're aimed at women and also aimed at with people that are not aimed at, like, that has dudes that aren't us, is all I'll say. They are not us.
I mean, they're not nearly as hot as us.
Exactly. They're lesser.
They're far lesser hot.
If I like you could have been NHL. I could have been a professional karaoke singer, which is just known as a singer.
Yeah, I easily could have done. Yeah,
despite not playing an instrument.
Yeah, right. I mean, I could have been. I would have went pro if it wasn't for my bum knee and lack of talent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my confidence is there,
but I had the motivation. I had the determination. I was able to visualize myself being.
Through all those concussions?
A rich, successful hockey player. Yeah, it was usually just delusions. I was able to visualize after I was stuck in a dark room for 8 hours in a row. It's called hallucination. But
I also wanted to point out, before I forget, out of all the seasons on The Bachelor, which is a separate show, obviously, out of the 24 seasons they've had, only one couple is still together. Out of the 15 Bachelorette seasons, only 5 are still together.
So we're saying the success rate is super high and Claire's going to find her man for life.
Yes, absolutely. That's what we're saying right now. Whoever she finds at the end of the season is most likely going to be obviously with her on her deathbed.
I want to see the rate of depressed and sad after you were the Bachelor or Bachelorette too. Mm-hmm. Knowing that maybe you had I think there might be an element of a FOMO thing with this too? You end up with like 30 people. You think you chose the wrong one. Then
Oh,
you backtrack and you're like,
100%.
oh no, take me back.
That happens. I feel like
I know
all the time. In
you
the
just
top
go
three.
through your list constantly of just being like you go from like this work down like it doesn't work out with number 1. You go for the runner up, go for 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place. Like I know I eliminated you 13th, but I really think we can make this work. I really liked your name, Ian.
Yeah. I think that's such a weird element thing because people do that in real life when like
100%. I do it all the time.
No, but here's the thing: is like you think about that and you regret it. But the thing is,
I
those
yeah,
people
regret it.
No, but those people. I mean, I don't regret anything. But like you think about, it, you're like, oh, what if this happened, whatnot? Because everyone does it. The problem with that though is we're not ranking those people because they aren't officially ranked. These people are ranked.
Yeah, I'm not
at the
allowed.
end of the show.
If I backtrack and I like settle, which I'm allowed to do. If you settle, you're allowed to settle like on an occasion. That's fine. I know that I'm settling. That person probably doesn't know that I'm settling.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's not like it's like if I. It's
I'm
like if
show us
every
at your future wedding.
It's like if every girl could see all of my DMs and everything and all of my texts. Like every girl had access to those, and it was like, oh boy, you were really going super hard for A, and like now, like oh boy, like, and then you went super hard for B too. I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Then like C and D and E, you were like kind of like feeling them out too. I'm F now, Doc. Like you're coming to me, sure. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing that happens in real life, but you kind of do it internally. We're like,
Jessica, you're my
number one.
You're the favorite. You're my favorite Jessica in my phone right now.
Yeah, might not even be that.
I said Jessica because I don't know any Jessicas. I was racking for a name that I just don't know. That way, someone hearing it could be like,
yeah, they won't put it to them.
Yeah,
Jamanda.
Good name.
Yeah, good fake name.
Quintus.
I know I know a Quinzel.
You don't know a Quintus. Don't lie to me.
I don't know a Quince. I know Quinzel. Their middle name.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fine.
How do I know?
Oh God, you know who I'm talking about now.
No,
it's Quinzel.
You stupid person. Sorry to shout you out, you Nebraskan.
But yeah, so whole bunch of people eliminated this week. We got AJ, Tennessee, Robbie, Chris, Jeremy, Jordan, Mike, and Paige. We are gonna do a tier thing, just like we do for Big Brother. We'll probably do that next week.
Yeah, I mean, we just needed a week to also not do a tier with 31 guys.
Listen, I've just met these guys.
Yeah,
this is crazy. I'm not finishing that.
I'm not.
But yeah, I don't. We'll put together a little tier ditty for you guys after we're.
Yeah, so call me maybe.
Yeah,
I know. I just wanted the delay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it took a little echoing before it reached my ears.
Yeah. Bounced around a little bit before it got over to your side of the room.
Mm-hmm. And then AJ ends up being at the end of that video.
Who? What?
AJ, because the guy ends up being going after the other dude in the guitar. Have you seen the music video?
Oh, he's a gay dude in the music video.
He is implied to also be attracted to men. Does not have to be gay. I'm just saying.
Fair. He may have been
more attracted to that man than Carly Rae Jepsen, which is so hard because I found Carly Rae Jepsen attractive back then. I don't
know if I find her that attractive.
I'm a sucker for good bangs. I hate that.
She's old.
She's like 28.
Look her up.
No way, she's old.
Look her up. Look her up.
Wait, when did
give me an over under? Don't press enter yet. Don't look.
I didn't look.
What do you think it is?
Over under what? Like
no. Just give me a number. Listen, I'm not gonna give you an over under. What number? How old do you think Carly Jepsen is?
28.
I'm gonna guess that she is 36.
Holy shit! No way.
Is she older?
She's 34. She's
34. Damn it! I was so
serious?
close. Yeah, she's old.
When do you think Call Me Maybe came out?
2012.
Yep, 2012. She was 26 when that was released.
Yeah, singing. Yeah. I always found this super weird. I looked it up back then. Yeah. She was a full grown woman being like, nah, call me sometime after I get out of geometry class.
That has such a different
Yeah.
I thought she was like 19.
Nope, that song was always very weird to me because I was like, this was what?
I'm thinking though, because that means she's only 1 year younger than Katy Perry.
Yeah, and Katy Perry was talking about like making out with chicks in like 2008.
I mean, yeah, let's not say we're opposed to that.
No, I'm not. No, what I'm saying is like 1 year older, but like Katy Perry was like
big when she was like 21.
Katy Perry in like what is it? Yeah, probably 2008, 2009 was
Yeah.
like 3-4 years older, was making like raunchy good songs,
This is
and
incredible.
and Carly Rae Jepsen was still like, I like a boy, and I'm gonna send him a text sometime potentially.
This is incredible news. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, Over the Boys, which was I Kissed a Girl Hot and Cold.
God, I Kissed a Girl was such a
Was
that
2008.
what a song. What a way to just rile up all the Republicans. Oh my God. If you ever want to
And
just
I liked it.
if you ever want to get a whole bunch of Republicans all startled, just bring up lesbianism and pop music. Hoo-wee.
I know, right?
They do not like that.
Mm-mm.
Just shake their cage a little bit. Yeah. I hope we're not offending our Republican fan base, because if we are, I don't care. But yeah, so that's, I think, the first episode of the Reality Island.
Well, hell, yeah.
Let's rewind that a little bit. This is the first episode of the Reality Wagon Bachelorette podcast. This has been somewhat actually kind of fun and enjoyable. I feel less stressed because there is no strategy, that we can just talk about whatever the fuck we want.
I think there's gonna be so much more
I think
riffing off,
I
like
think
we
it's
did
gonna
with
be-
Katy Perry or whatever else we're
I
talking about.
think that's the new. This is going to be our new. Who wants to see improv? Huh? I love improv. I love watching people struggle through improv and yes and each other to death. That's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know if sarcasm comes over the mics very well. I fucking hate that. I like doing it, but also I'll never go. I don't like want to go watch. No, Darren. I'm not going to your improv show.
Okay.
Sorry, just getting out. Just general.
No, there's general hate for
frustration.
Darren,
Yeah,
or whoever Darren might be.
Darren is a amalgamation of a whole bunch of people that I'm
Yeah,
combining under one name that I don't like.
I figure.
But yeah, so this show this season could be super fun. Like, this could actually be a nice little fun thing to do, because I want podcasting to be fun again.
No, honestly, I think it's gonna be great.
I want it
think
to be fun again.
Once we also know all of the dudes' names and we can actually reference them.
Yeah, once they have more of like more than just a one-sided personality, and like I know more about Jay than just his fucking straitjacket.
Exactly, yeah. Which I'm looking forward to Jay. I mean, I think next we don't have to do it this podcast because we're coming to a close, but next podcast I'm definitely gonna have like a top 3, bottom 3 type.
Yeah,
type
I was
deal.
thinking about doing it for this one, but like I wouldn't even know.
We just don't have enough.
It's like I'd probably go Dale, Easy.
Yeah,
The dude, one of the Blakes, the Blake that got the thing.
Blake Moynes,
Blake Moynes, the Blake that got the rose.
Blake, Jay, and
Sure.
Dale.
Yeah.
There you go, top 3.
Top 3.
So we'll do this next time because also we have to incorporate. I don't know how many they eliminate each week.
Yeah, they eliminated like 8 this week to go down to 32, which is a square.
No. He went down to 23.
Oh,
Went from
God.
31 to 23.
Wait, why'd they go from 30? I thought they went from 4. I thought you said, oh no, I got 41 to 32. No, that's also not a subtraction of 8 because I'm an idiot. But
okay. I'm here for math.
They're still not here. Like 23 is a number. It's 23 is a
weird
prime,
number.
It's a prime number. You can't divide that by anything. You have to eliminate like 3 people next week to get down to a weird number. Whatever. They can do whatever they want.
They got like 11 more episodes.
Listen, they have it all planned out clearly. I don't know how they decided to get rid of 8 people. Not beyond me. I'm not going to speculate on that. What I will speculate on is that this season could be fun, and I think it's time for us to go.
Yes.
But thank you so much for listening to episode 1
Yes.
of the Reality Wagon Bachelorette podcast. Sounds very weird to say that,
I'm
throwing off my cadence a little
I'm
bit.
so happy we can at least start at episode 1 where it actually is 1.
Instead of episode 0. Yeah, episode 0 was such a mistake.
And then half episode.
The half episode threw everything off.
So now we're just going to go straight numbers.
Straight numbers, just 1, 2, 7, 11, go back to 3 maybe.
Yes. Jump around.
I like
Jump
it.
around.
I like it. But yeah, so you can listen to this as always on iTunes and on Spotify. On Spotify, you can toss us a follow. You'll get automatic downloads directly to your device. That's super cool. We love those downloads. We track all of them. We love seeing where everyone's from. We like seeing that people are engaging with the episode. But if you do want to really, really engage with us, you can listen to us on the podcast app on iTunes. On the podcast app, you have an opportunity to give us 5 stars and a comment. Those are super helpful. They help us rise through ranks, especially now that we're doing the Bachelorette now. We don't have exposure in the Bachelorette market at all.
Mm-mm.
We're a Big Brother podcast, and then we also have some other, iron in the fire too. So we're trying to work through, I guess, all of that. If you like what we do, if you like the podcast that we put out, toss us a comment, toss us a 5-star. Those are fucking dope, bro. We love those.
Yeah.
it'll be really interesting to see like the demographic of people that like listen to this podcast too. Kind of see how everything breaks down. I think that'll be really interesting because I think we're going to tap into a completely different market than we've ever really been exposed to. Like even when I was just like firing off my tweets, I live tweeted the episode, and I think I actually did a really good. Like I used to live tweet the Rock of Love ones, and those are wicked funny. A little dangerous. I think some of them I might want to go back and
look at.
delete.
Yeah.
They're really funny though, so if you want to get them before I actually delete them, there's a whole bunch. They're wicked funny. If you just look up like Brett Michaels or go back to the first tweets that I ever put out, hilarious. So I was doing that a little bit, and your boy still got his touch. Not to like brag too much, but I'm definitely I gotta tap into my market. I gotta make sure that I'm getting to the right audience, so my tweets get better engagement. But if you do really want to engage with us though, at Reality Wagon on Twitter, at Reality Wagon on Instagram, those are the best places to reach us. We'll be live on both. We'll be active on both. I'll live tweet essentially every episode because I like Twitter a lot. We're gonna try to use our Instagram to hack into the Bachelor stuff a little bit more and see if we can get some better engagement over there too. So engage with us on both. Shoot me a DM at me dog. Do whatever you want to do. I'll reply anytime, any day. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. And this has been a brilliant first episode. I am so happy with this. The king of long outros is your boy. But my name is Anthony.
My name is Andrew.
And we'll talk to you guys later.